want to give your testimony, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Go Josh.
Well, first I want to say I'm blessed. I want to talk about how blessed I am to be part of this church, to be just that God led me and my family here. It's really awesome. We joined about over a year ago, and I guess I'm not new anymore, but I'm not a rookie anymore, but I just want to say that camp was amazing. I want to thank, it doesn't get any better than Pastor Currington, Mrs. Currington, and the Edwards, Miss Dee Dee, Brother Joe. They're four of my favorite people. They're just wonderful. So leading up to camp, I've been waiting to go for a long time. I've been able to go for a long time, and even way before then, for years, I've been really doubting. I had doubted whether or not I was right with Christ. It's something I've been struggling with for a long time. Well, that I was, and my biggest thing was if people would ask me, Josh, do you think you're going to go to heaven when you die? And my answer was always I think so. It wasn't no, but it wasn't yes. It was I think so. And I would skim my Bible at home. I would read it, but I wouldn't really try to get anything out of it. It was more like an assignment more than something that I actually needed to do. But anyway, so leading up to camp, of course, Pastor Dawson, he gave an amazing sermon. So we went there and we started off having a really good time. I was laughing, smiling. We were having really fun. I was laughing. It's about being around Brother Joe. You have to laugh. It's just impossible not to. So anyway, we were sitting there, we were laughing. Pastor Dawson gets up there. He starts out. He's being funny. Then he gets into the message, and then immediately I went from laughing, having a good time to it just got serious, just like that. I got chills. He basically got right to the point. He's just like our pastor. He's not concerned with being politically correct. He's concerned with being biblically correct.
Amen.
And so I was up there, and I was sitting there listening to him, and when we bowed our head, he had been mentioning about phony Christians and people that they play a game at church, but at home they're not the real thing.
Right.
And that really gave me chills, because that's exactly what I've been thinking for a long time. I can't tell you how many times Pastor would do a sermon, and I knew God was telling me, you got to go to the altar, and you need to go to the altar. And I didn't, because pride. My pride was way too big, and I didn't want to swallow it. But the best thing is, on Monday night, I knew I had to. No one's worth going to hell for. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. My biggest deal was my parents thought I was already saved, and a lot of you already thought I was saved, and pride got in the way for a long time. So I went up there. And Pastor came up there. We said a prayer, and I officially asked Jesus Christ into my heart. And now I know for a fact that if something happened to me right now, I'd be in heaven, and that's without a shadow of a doubt. And I also thank God for Cheyenne, Jocelyn, Dylan, CJ, and everyone who decided to get saved at camp. It was really amazing. And the theme for camp was finish well, and I know I finished well, because I get to spend eternity with my Creator.
Amen.
Good. Shot, I'm telling you. It was a great time, and I appreciate Josh's testimony. Both Brother Josh and Dylan, they both, after that service, you're getting saved on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, getting saved on your birthday. Having a double birthday. That'd be wonderful. But it was certainly Independence Day for both of them spiritually. And the thing that got both of them, what hit both of them, was the word phony.
Yeah.
Yes.
and neither one of them, they stood with me in giving their testimony about why they wanted to become a Christian, what was it that convicted their hearts about it. Both of them, on separate occasions that night, I got to talk to, and they both said, well, you know what really grabbed me was when he said phony.
Yep.
That word just gripped my heart, and I'm like, oh, that's me. And it's amazing how just a single word that could be spoken and can touch a heart like that and grip a heart. How about the word lost?
Death.
Death. Hell.
Death.
I mean, maybe in that order. That's exactly what it is. Lost, death, hell. What a terrible thing it would be. And that's why we're taking people to youth camp. Yes, we want to have a good time, but if you think for 1 minute that the Edwards went to church camp because they thought they were going to get some R&R. For 1 second. And Mrs. Currington and I went there because we enjoy the heat, we enjoy sweaty bodies, we enjoy smelly boys and girls, we enjoy little pods of clothing. We enjoy sharing bathroom stalls and little telephone booths that they call showers with other little bodies, and waiting for a guy to come, streaking down the towel. If you think that that's kind of any idea of fun, Mrs. Currington and I, if we want that, we can stay home. Kids. Somebody's going to streak at least once a week down the hall forgetting something. But we go because we want that spiritual application. Yes, we want to make memories, have a good time. One of the memories that was made was, Brother Joe, you think, was it night number 2, the fireworks? Or maybe the first night, I can't remember. It was one of those nights. Night number 2. Night number 2. Night number 1, and nobody in the bunkhouse had a problem going to sleep. We just